Have you ever given an interview before? We all know what it feels like to be an applicant in an interview, but have you ever thought about the position of the person who gives the interview? You may not have noticed all the preparation and the time that goes into an interview's job, but after today you will be able to do all of the following. List the steps in an effective interview, understand the 3 types of interviews, know when to use each type of interview question, and be able to determine the differences between good and bad interviews. We will start by explaining the interview format. Step 1 is preparing. When you prepare for an interview, you want to make sure you look over the job description and criteria. You will also want to prepare by reading over the applications and resumes for each candidate. Step 2 is the opening. In this step, the candidate will do most of the talking. You want to start out the interview with a greeting and an icebreaker. An icebreaker will make your candidate feel more comfortable by giving them an initial question that they know the answer to. An example of an icebreaker could include, "How was the drive over here?" Step 3 is to gather information. Again, in this stage, the candidate will do most of the talking, since you are asking the questions. This is a time for transition into the real questions of the interview and to inform the candidate of the interview agenda. Step 4 is giving information. You can start this step by asking the candidate if they have any questions for you about the job or company. After answering their questions, inform the candidate about information they may not know about the company already. This is also the time to give your sales pitch as to why they should want to work for your company. And finally, step 5 is the closing. The closing may begin with a thank you to the candidate for taking the time to come in and talk with you. You should let them know when you will inform them of the status updates for the job opening. And before you end the interview, make sure to shake hands and give them a proper goodbye. Now that you are informed of the interview format, I will begin to explain the different types of interviews. There are structured, unstructured, and semi-structured interviews. Structured interviews have a predetermined list of questions that will be asked to every applicant. The questions usually consist of yes or no answers. They are quick and easy and can be used to screen out applicants. Unstructured interviews consist of open-flowing conversation. There are no pre-planned questions, so they tend to be long-lasting and require interviewers with good listening skills. Unstructured interviews are the best for top-level hiring. Semi-structured interviews have some pre-planned questions that remain the same throughout each applicant, but the interviewer can add following questions based on the candidate's responses. The interviewer can still get to know that uniqueness of the applicants without losing control of the conversation. Now we will be moving into the different types of questions in an interview. Begin to think about the different ways in which we can use each type of question. Direct questions are generally yes or no answers. They may also ask how applicants would define a word. Behavioral questions learn about applicants' previous behaviors. They help relate what they have done in the previous jobs, life activities, to what they do in the future. Situational questions are hypothetical questions. They are generally questions introduced as what would you do if. Now that you have learned some knowledge on interviews, let's take a look at an example of a good, effective interview.
Nice to meet you. I'm the head of the HR department here at Belmare Hotel. Hope you find a place to park, okay?
Well, I had to park across the street, but it wasn't that bad of a walk, really.
Yeah, I guess it's nice out like this. It's not so bad.
Yeah.
Alright, so it looks like you're applying for the general manager position. What does the position mean to you? What does the job mean to you?
Well, to be the general manager, you really have to know the ins and outs of the whole hotel, understand all the aspects of the jobs and job descriptions, and really just focus on customer service.
Alright, so it sounds like you're not afraid of the responsibility that comes with the position. Alright, so let me ask you something. You're in a disagreement with your manager, tells you to do something, you think there might be a better way. How do you tell him?
Well, really, you can't tell him that he's wrong. You can say, I can see where you're coming from, but I think we should try it this way. But in the end, he's the one with the final say, and that's what we're going to do.
Okay, good answer. Alright, so let's see. Let's say there's a really angry customer. There's no managers around, no supervisors. You have to handle it. What do you do?
Oh, well, first of all, I just make the customer happy. It's all about customer service, doing what they want. Maybe comp a few things here and there. Really just try to calm them down and make sure that they're happy in the end.
Okay. All right. Well, here we're all about teamwork. Do you have any experience leading or working with teams or anything?
Yeah, when I was in high school, I was on a baseball team. We had kind of a rough start, but with being one of the co-captains, I tried to rally us up, really just make it inspirational for everyone so that they had something to fight for, and we ended the season pretty well.
Okay. So it looks like you know a lot about teamwork. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, I would hope to be at this hotel being the general manager, and if not, somewhere that will really help me get along with my career.
Okay. Well, that's enough for me. Do you have any questions for me?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to know pretty much just what you thought I should know about the company or the corporation.
Okay. Some things you might not know. We opened up in '99. We have the highest satisfaction rate in the industry at 98%. You won't find it higher anywhere else. We like to keep our customers happy, and that starts with keeping you guys happy, the employees. So we like to take care of you. We offer awesome benefits, dental, everything. We give you 2 weeks vacation, paid weeks vacation. You can divide it up however you like, and we have the highest retention rate in the industry. So we're known to keep our employees happy.
Well, that's a lot more than I thought would come along with the job. I'm really happy that you include all of that in your job. So.
Awesome. Well, Josh, thanks for coming in today. I got a couple more people coming in, but we'll let you know by next Tuesday. All right. Awesome.
There are still a couple of more topics that you need to know in order to conduct an effective interview. You need to learn the items that are present in a bad interview. We will start with a few examples of interview errors. The similarity error is when there is a candidate that has a trait or quality similar to the interviewer, and the interviewer makes the mistake of liking them because of the similarity instead of the job description. The halo effect error is when the candidate does one thing that is good and it overrides everything else in the interview. Which brings me to the devil's horn error. This error is the opposite of the halo effect, where the candidate has one bad trait or quality that the interviewer doesn't like and refuses to hire them because of it. And our last bit of information that you need to know is topics that could potentially be illegal for interview questions. The list of illegal topics includes age, national origin, race, color, handicapped, pregnancy, marital status, religion, veteran, and sex. Now that you are aware of some of the interview errors and the potential illegal topics, we will now show you an example of a bad interview.
What's up, man?
What's going on? I'm Ben.
Yeah, I'm Josh. I work here. I'm doing your interview. Yeah. So, what position are you here for?
General manager.
General manager. Oh, well, how old are you?
20.
You're 20. Okay, kind of young. So. Where were you born? Yeah.
St. Louis, so pretty local.
St. Louis.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Cardinals.
Oh, yeah.
Cardinals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, you married?
No, I'm single.
You're single, alright, yeah. So you gotta work some Saturdays here. You're not Jewish, are you?
No, you don't, no.
Oh, okay. What else do I gotta talk about here? I gotta ask you one about a time in leadership or something like that. You do anything like that?
Well, I used to play sports. I used to play baseball, actually.
Baseball?
Yeah?
I'm a baseball player too.
Oh, right on. What'd you play?
Third base.
Right on, shortstop.
Shortstop. Hey, close enough? Dude, you're a baseball player. We need someone like you here. You're in?
I'm in.
All right. That's our game. That's it, man.
Really?
You got the
Okay.
job. You got the job.